go?
Welcome to our Hip Hop History exhibition. Our project is about looking through historical figures' eyes on the past experience and how they might look on world problems now. Before we start, let's give a round of applause to everyone that's performing. Up first, we have Levi with Sydney the producer, Kayla the filmmaker, Dylan and Jamie as the MCs. Together they made a song from the point of view of John Lewis, once a freedom rider and currently a congressman, and Primo Levi, a chemist that survived the Holocaust but sadly committed suicide a year later. The song is about the terrors of Auschwitz and how they can be connected to discrimination today. Please welcome Dylan and Jamie to the stage.
My name is John Lewis. I believe in non-violence, not silence. I preach that some of us need guidance.
My name is Primo Levi. I was a chemist. I had so much wit before I ended up in Auschwitz. The torment was obnoxious.
Flashback to the past. No one suffered like that. Primo couldn't take it. No, he couldn't last.
John's still alive, fighting with pride to make things right. Whip after whip, the blows came. Like dawn, it was a new day. Without meaning, it meant nothing today. Too much pain I felt those days.
I know how that feels. I kept it in with my strife, so I couldn't do the things I wanted in life. Flashback to the past. No one suffered like that. Primo couldn't take it. No, he couldn't last.
John's still alive, fighting with pride to make things right. I endured the pain that I couldn't maintain, just went a little saved and no one ever gave.
I think we're all equal and racism is evil. Because we're all people, we were both told that we thought was wrong. But that doesn't mean that the journey won't be long.
Let's give another round of applause. Coming to the stage next, we have Cooper the digital artist, Alex the filmmaker, and Elijah and David as the MCs representing Malcolm X and Pancho Villa. Malcolm X was a black Muslim who was an equal rights activist during the civil rights movement. Pancho Villa was a Mexican revolutionary general who was one of the prominent figures of the Mexican Revolution. Their song is about racism, civil rights, and freedom. They are trying to convey the equality and freedom that Malcolm X and Pancho Villa wanted. Let's welcome to the stage David and Elijah.
An extremist heard more and more often, but nobody knows whether he speaks with backing. Malcolm X of the Black Muslims.
To me, one of the things that the Birmingham incident brought to light is the lack of fear in the Negro community.
So I moved to Boston to get away from the ways of the KKK. My conch was fire red from the reefers, like I had the fever. Selling drugs, I was an underachiever, but I changed my ways to help equal rights believers. I traveled all around to spread my message. All I could do now was get love from the presses, helping the helpless from the ways of the senseless. Everywhere they let me, I would speak but when they wouldn't let me, I was in disbelief.
We must fight for what we know is right. Fight, fight, fight. Revolution, revolution. Let me hit you with the solution. I got X on my left saying he ain't with inclusion. You gotta fight back. You can't take their grief. When I took back Mexico, they called me a thief. Porfirio was the president, and not when I'd elect. I cared about my people, so he can go and get wrecked. Shots fired, lives wasted, all the blood we tasted. The burden was mine, so like Malcolm, I faced it. Let's go start a fight for our civil rights. I want to do help our country for our civil rights. I want to do help our country so we will be all right. I got killed, but the bad guy was still in sight. My name will live for eternity to save all humanity.
I've seen the change, but it's too close to the same. Racism is still here like it's a game. Everything I fought for had little impact. We need much, much more. I did what I could, but I'm still feeling sore because what I didn't score. The KKK is still around, protesting my skin of brown. People not being able to do what they choose. When you ask the other side, they say it's fake news. People not being able to express themselves, can't do what they love based on their beliefs. When you have a run-in, they make it brief. The Charlottesville Resolution did get signed. What is happening in this time?
Let's give another round of applause to David and Elijah. Up next, we have Vanessa, the digital artist, Nick, the filmmaker, Angel and Alexa as the MCs. Today, they're representing Gandhi and Sonia Sotomayor. Their song is about how the world has been struggling with expressing social change and how change is only happening when their historical figures are around. The message they want to convey is that perseverance, courage, and realizing your own mistakes is the only way to change both yourself and the world. Please welcome Angel and Alexa to the stage.
My name's Gandhi and I fought for freedom. I'm here to speak on peace and to come help me teach them.
Peace is only achieved after defeat the problems of today. We must be fighting against violence to make a change every day.
Fought for freedom since I was 16. Was rejected and told to step down and get clean. Never to be seen by the D.
Perseverance is the key to success and intuition. Complaints about my race and my learning set to go back to my nation.
So no what connects us is not a race, religion, or gender.
It's our humanity and character. Gandhi just needs a defender. We fought for you.
But you never gave back.
We fought for you.
Took it for granted.
We fought for you.
Tried to get you back on track.
Was the first Hispanic justice on the Supreme Court. Didn't matter how many times it told me to abort.
I broke the British ban in the most usual way. You and I broke every sweat, broke every bone. Only saying nay to the way they sway back in the day.
Fought for the people who needed it the most. Didn't matter how long it took, they would be toast.
Spent 60 years fighting for something that made me a victim of murder. Spent all the time for the world just to get them further.
I think we're both a bit tired of cleaning up the mess they've made.
They don't even try to fix anything.
They've been spoiled by our rage. We fought for you.
But you never gave back.
We fought for you.
Took it for granted.
We fought for you.
Tried to get you back on track. Sonia, don't you think we did enough already? The amount of progress is making me unsteady.
Like you said, you spent 60 years on your society. I'm still here and I don't see much variety.
We can't do it on our own. They can barely keep peace with themselves. They're not ready.
Gandhi, you're right, but I try to keep on the right path. Fills you with anxiety.
Control your society.
We fought for you.
But you never gave back.
We fought for you.
Took it for granted.
We fought for you.
Tried to get you back on track.
Alexa! Our next group features Jessica as the digital artist, Ashby as the filmmaker, Gabe and Adam as the MCs. They're representing Jackie Robinson and Adolf Hitler, speaking on racism each of them have created or endured during their lifetime. The message they want to convey is how racism still affects our society today, even though many of these events happened many years ago. So let me introduce Gabe and Adam to the stage.
Taking a little freedom at a time. Because I'm leader, nothing was a crime. To be a leader was worth more than a dime. Because of this, I was the baddest of the time.
To fight the Nazis during World War II. I would like to see them in my shoes, fighting for a country that didn't believe in me, because they'd rather see me hanging from a tree.
That's not my problem, you're as black as can be. I was known for killing Jews in history. Concentration camps were started by me. Because of this was my greatest victory.
Stopped you from your greatest victory. Prevented the killing of all Jews in history. For a month we thought it was a mystery. Your defeat was our greatest victory.
Racism is common as currency. Are you going to become the new Nazi Germany?
I'm standing here with all others to help our nation. Because racism is an abomination. And we don't want to go through it again. We don't want all this process to be in vain.
Up next, we have Eric as the filmmaker, Isa as the digital artist, Audra and Bo as the MCs representing Mother Teresa and Abraham Lincoln. Their song is about equality, peace, freedom, and standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves. The message they want to convey with their song is that you should always fight for peace and equality. Please welcome Audra and Bo to the stage.
I tried to help the poor, but they wouldn't let me through the doors. There was so much more I could have done during the war. I felt like I was the one to do the chores and adore the poor when others ignored. And I saw gore when there should have been a more. Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for.
Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for. As Commander-in-Chief in the Civil War, many men saw so much more. Therefore, we fought to restore peace and liberty. This war would stop blacks' misery. We worked hard for victory. And the South, they lost bitterly. Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for. Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for. I'm 6'4" in a world of gore, dealing with these congressmen not anymore.
Why don't they see that all people should have liberty, and that slavery should not be a thing? Do they think they're a king when their actions make them worth nothing?
I know, they're crazy. Their vision is hazy. I guess you don't have slaves because they're lazy. Now you're cared for the poor, no one else did was amazing.
Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for. Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for. Equality is what we fight for, and peace is what we strive for.
Good job, Audra. Up next, we have Ginger as a filmmaker, Savannah as the digital artist, Ali and Estrus as the MCs/producer, as Frida Kahlo and Muhammad Ali. This song is about what their historical figures stood for and the challenges they had to overcome. It is also about not letting mistakes that were made in the past happen again. The message they want to send to you is that racism and sexism were a large part of our history, and that even though it has gotten better, we are still dealing with it today. You have to stand up for what you believe in. You cannot give up on your goals. Please welcome Ali Nashis to the stage.
Freedom for the free,
I'm Muhammad Ali.
standing for our rights, just wait and see.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Say viva la vida,
Everybody gon' scream. Why you always hating on people who are black? We're just all human beings, and that is a fact. The white treat us like we're animals, like we're dumb, we're just invaluable. I'm tired of this cruel segregation. Blacks aren't welcome in this nation. Didn't God make us all same in His creation? Do we cause all of you irritation?
Freedom for the free,
I'm Muhammad Ali.
standing for our rights, just wait and see.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Say viva la vida,
Everybody
everybody gon'
gon'
scream. Running around my school, getting the spell like I was true, making teachers turn around like we were in the zoo. My bus got hit, I'm away from school, impaled by a bar, bleeding out like a pool. Stuck inside, I cried, cause there was no excuse. A Casa Azul seemed like the only tool to use. Freedom for the free,
I'm Muhammad Ali.
standing for our rights, just wait and see.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Say viva la vida, everybody gon' scream.
With pain on maze and my heart is aching. Should be making more cause I'm having a craving.
Thanks, Ellie. It's cool that you're not hating. How many trophies do you have? It must be fascinating.
I have a lot of shoes, stay strong, that's what you gotta do.
Don't worry, I am, and I'm fighting for our rights. You've gotta bring the power, you've gotta have the might.
I have the might, I got the power. We gotta keep it up, we cannot be cowards.
Freedom for the free,
I'm Muhammad Ali.
standing for our rights, just wait and see.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Say viva la vida, everybody gon' scream.
Good job. Now we'll be welcoming our video director, Rebecca, our digital artist, Fernando, and our MCs, Peyton and Cole, as Anne, Frank, and Sacagawea. The message they're trying to send to you in their song is that Anne, Frank, and Sacagawea didn't know that their lives would be made into songs and into stories and how they impacted history, even though they were told they couldn't do so, just because of their gender or religion. Now welcome Cole and Peyton to the stage.
Two girls, different times, so the same minds.
Both wanna be free, but only dream be. Wanna help and not cry.
From 1788 to 1812,
In 1929 and 1945,
they made history with their stories.
they changed their lives to no rights.
Kidnapped during wars, wish it was such a bore.
Even if there's bombs, I won't lose my hope. I've been hiding for so long.
Driving across America with two men at the light. I had to carry a baby to explore the world with no effects.
I would do that and escape the annex. I would do that with a baby across my back. It would be such a success if my life wasn't such a mess.
14 years now, I'm already married. In 16, started the journey, helped them cross the country. Then we were in a hurry.
2 years and I'm still in the annex, hoping and dreaming of a world without it.
We are a woman, fight for a cause without knowing that you. I'll show you the path and you'll show me the words.
I'm writing in this journal, we're on a journey, keeping it quiet while I'm practically on a diet.
We are girls, we should rule our own world.
Doesn't matter if I'm Jewish or you're Native American.
The only thing that matters is that we can.
Let's give Cole and Peyton another round of applause. Next up, we have a group. About. My apologies. And the next song is about Nikola Tesla and the popular civil rights activist Audre Lorde. The album art is by Kayana. The music video is directed by Jenna, and the song was produced by Justin and Riley. Their song is about Nikola Tesla's life, Audre Lorde's beliefs, and their thoughts on a fair world. The message they want to convey is in the past, discrimination against all types of people was much worse than it is now, but it's still a problem in our world that needs to be fixed. Please welcome Justin and Riley to the stage.
I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist.
We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl. For those who think we cannot speak, or think that we are just too weak, for all us women we need to strive to live our lives, to be alive. Our silence should never be allowed, being put aside, out of the crowd. We have to stand up proud, creatively loud. Stand with us and we'll break through the crowd. I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist. We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl.
I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist. We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl. I moved from Croatia to the USA, invented AC power and contemplated x-rays. I worked with Edison for a little while. He cheated me out of money, that's not my style. Brother Edison thinks that he can do that to me. Man, you just wait and see how others view me. I moved on to Westinghouse and he believed in my abilities. With him by my side, I had more opportunities.
I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist.
We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl. I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist. We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl. Why doesn't everyone just treat each other the same way? Their souls are black and their hearts are gray.
I feel you, brother Tesla, I feel the same way. Maybe create an invention to lead people the right way.
I wish I could, but it's not that simple. It's hard to find the issue with racism. So just like you said, don't let people define you. Otherwise misjudgments will stick to you like glue.
Can't let some people make our futures look blue. Let the present be theirs, cause what comes next might be your breakthrough. I'm Audre Lorde and I combat racists.
My name's Nikola Tesla and I'm a super scientist. We both fought in wars, big and small. Fighting for our sides was quite the brawl.
Next up, we have a group made of Nate, the filmmaker, Mia, the digital artist, and Pablo and Alexis as the MCs rapping through the historical figures' eyes of Vladimir Lenin and Harriet Tubman. In their song, they share the stories of freedom and a quest of power and the struggles towards success. It portrays the fight for equality and the need for change. Everyone welcome Alexis and Pablo to the stage.
That's me. The time is now to attack.
I never thought of running off track.
I'm running this nation, there's no going back.
We have to leave, you better go pack.
I had finally been able to conquer my own nation. Bloody Sunday happened, it sure was an abomination. I decided to retreat from what I had started, so big of an incident that tons were all departed. I felt like I was leaving everything behind, but I still feel like I should get back on the grind. I found a new home that I could eventually unite. I started a party to conquer the fight. The time is now to attack.
I never thought of running off track.
I'm running this nation, there's no going back.
We have to leave, you better go pack. The time is now to attack. I serve my master all my days. I know it's time to run away. I'm heading north to the promised lands, being guided by Queen Victoria's hands. I feel quite empty once I cross the line, so I'm saving others no matter how much they whine. Stomachs rumbling, but we're on track. People teasing and taunting just cause we're black.
The time is now to attack.
I never thought of running off track.
I'm running this nation, there's no going back.
We have to leave, you better go pack. In my days of travel, you had to be cunning. Always hiding in the daylight, the police were running.
I had to grow up after losing my sister. Overthrowing the government, I was a resistor.
When I grew up with my family, I was instantly a slave. I got hit in the head because I didn't behave.
Communism is still big, along with slavery.
But people are fighting back because of my bravery.
The time is now to attack.
I never thought of running off track.
I'm running this nation, there's no going back.
We have to leave, you better go pack.
In the next group, we have Zinji as a filmmaker, Madison as a digital artist, Sebastian and Bella as the MCs representing the historical figures, Emmett Till and Malala Yousafzai. In their song, they talk about the story of Emmett's death from the perspective of Emmett and his mother, as well as Malala, who got shot for just wanting to go to school. The message of the song is to inspire people to stand up against discrimination. Please welcome Sebastian and Bella to the stage. Yay.
Emmett Till, my son, awakened, but the men not guilty, I must be mistaken. They take him straight from the house east of Money, and we found him floating down a river. Lovely. At age 14, his life was taken. Things have changed, but our rights unshaken.
Why can't we learn without getting shot in the head? Education comes first, so it's a bullet I dread. 16 million girls can't learn, so I plead. Our rights need to change, so Mamie, stand with me. Discrimination against the different racism, sexism, they're not significant.
How does this lead to unequal rights? We'll both stand up to lead our fight. These sights I had that night, a fight for life and death. Death won that fight. Those whites say I was guilty of whistling, but at least they're on earth while I'm not existing.
Discrimination against the different racism, sexism, they're not significant. How does this lead to unequal rights? We'll both stand up to lead our fight. Education is a right, so we will fight with all our might. We should all unite to build a club for education. Us girls shouldn't sit here and scrub for our nation. All we do is clean. We need to be seen.
Discrimination against the different. Racism, sexism, they're not insignificant. How does this lead to unequal rights?
We'll both stand up
to lead our fight. Thank you. There was so much victory.
Up next, we have Cheyenne as a filmmaker, Brisa as a digital artist, and Isaac and Mateo as the MCs performing as Martin Luther King Jr. and Albert Einstein. Their song is about how Albert Einstein and Martin Luther King Jr. helped in the fight to end discrimination. The message in their song that they're trying to convey is discrimination against others leads to no change in the world. Let's welcome Isaac and Mateo to the stage.
Although they gave me excruciating anger, I started to be a real game changer. I took the lead and gave us hope from the circumstances we could not cope. There was no love, but a lot of hate. I couldn't let my kids outside the gate. I would be arrested if I opened my mouth. All this happened in the hip of deep south.
I didn't only discover relativity, I also fought for equality. Now hatred's been brewing in Germany, making it impossible for us to gain unity. Discrimination ever couldn't cross the pond. MLK, what's happened to the world's bond?
Discrimination has taken over many minds, but unlike others, I believe in equality for all kinds. The Bible says to love your brother, but all I see is hatred for one another.
The Nazis feel something worse than hatred to our kind. 6 million dead, but we won't be confined. Hatred's always led to the rise of evil. Now it's time to get rid of this upheaval.
You'll be murdered by the KKK. I can't let my kids outside to play. This is something I face every day.
People still face that here in Princeton. The African-American Miss Anderson got night hotel room for his skin. It's not right to be treated as a sin.
I'll say it for the color of my skin. It's a horrible sin. To me, this is very strange. Therefore, I say it's time for a change.
Hatred to Jews has decreased, but in America, they have increased. We can't let the world go down this path. Wars and hatred can lead to a bloodbath.
People still hate for the color of skin. And in the Bible, that's a real sin. It's also still preach brutality. For the police, see disarm, use a fatality. Discrimination leads to no change.
The world become a firing range.
Now introducing Ethan and Moises as a filmmaker, Omar as a digital artist / producer, Ben and Connor as the MCs portraying Che Guevara and a national hero of Cuba who helped lead a revolution with Fidel Castro to overtake the government, and Maya Angelou, a civil rights protester that helped Martin Luther King Jr. end discrimination. Their song is about how the two fought for racism and discrimination in America, as well to end cruel government in Cuba. The message they are trying to convey is fight for what's right. Please welcome Ben and Connor to the stage.
First, we weren't allowed to lie, but the time my life made me wonder why. In the beginning, I was trapped in my own mind, blinded from the freedom that was outside. I was considered undesirable color just because I was different from the others. When I was younger, saw some things that a child shouldn't see, but now I'm an activist, making people see that black people stand with thee. Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
Fight.
I am the one who halted his reign, and I am the one who cut his chain, helping Cuba be more free and getting him to flee. Helping Cuba in many ways, being hunted is how it pays. The death sentence is what I get, slowly killing me with no sweat.
Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
I was one of the leaders. I was one of these, the MLK, and I fought for my race.
I fought for the Cuban race, trying to make Batista run away.
Free bird leaves off the back and flows downstream, on beat, rolling on the beat.
Overthrowing the Batista government was my dream. The Supreme government is now out of scene.
Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right. Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right.
Fight for what's right.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Our final group includes Stefania as a filmmaker, Jonathan as a digital artist, and Mark and Marlon as the MCs. Their song is about the struggles and accomplishment of both Franklin D. Roosevelt and Eva Peron. Their song is trying to convey that you have to fight for what you believe in, to never give up, and to work together to overcome problems. Next, welcome Marlon and Mark to the stage.
Born with money, born with fame. Roosevelt, famous name. When I spoke, greatness came. Save the U.S., all the same. And that guy social, underrated, educated Roosevelt, bringing peace and making sure the people of the U.S. step. Everything is set to work, everything as smooth as hope. But on my plans of obstacles, things that try to make it melt. The sun, the stars. El dolor permanece, aquí estamos juntos para hacer un cambio. America,
Argentina,
and their scars.
Born into hate, that was my fate. My family was chasing me like it was a race. Had to escape all the madness and disgrace. I had a chance to leave, so I took the opportunity to live my life free of misery. I couldn't stop, I had to keep hustling. 1930s, packed my bags, I couldn't be left in the past, I didn't ask. This is my ambition, I don't need your permission.
The sun, the stars, America,
Argentina,
and their scars. Problems blossom from the grave below. The Great Depression caused a huge blow when the U.S. was an all-time low. IFDR helped the people regrow. IFDR showed them where to go.
I am mi vida Perón. I gave my people the option to own a home. I wasn't greedy, I gave them a loan, trying to provide peace and growth. Now because of me, Argentinian women can vote.
The sun, the stars, America, Argentina, and their scars. We're the people of peace. We out.
Thank you for coming to our hip hop history exhibition. I hope you enjoyed everyone's song. Please give a round of applause to everyone that performed. Can the whole 8th grade team come onto the stage, please?